So how attractive is Tupac Shakur? If I pronounce it right. Really? Welcome back to LookLogix, everyone. Today I'll be assessing the facial harmony, attractiveness of Tupac. So really quickly, put your guess in from a 0 to 10, what you think Tupac's facial harmony will be, or will score at. You'll see at the end of this video. And we'll get that scoring from 0 to 10 plus his percentile, and then how many people he is out of X. We have his front and side ratios marked out that I did right before. And we're going to go through his lowest scores first, starting with his front ratios. Unfortunately, his lowest score is not even a 1 out of 10. It's a 0.15 out of 10, which is terrible. Horrendous. I mean, that's just like fine boom. Facial width to height ratio is a 0.15 out of 10. His total facial width to height ratio, that's obviously going to come in at a 1.29, at least definitely a lower score. His ipsilateral alar angle, which is his eye spacing right here to the angle, which usually depends on like a 90 degree, can be ideal, but there's a big range. It's what it's going to be with your chin angle as well. And you'll see where this comes in. Yeah, your deviation of ipsilateral alar angle and jaw frontal angle. And then you can see this is actually pretty good because it's balanced, but by itself, the alar angle or ipsilateral angle is not ideal. So moving on to some more interesting scores. His lateral canthal tilt is a 6.72 out of 10, which is quite nice. You can see his eyes actually do look pretty good. Unfortunately, he does have some upper eyelid exposure, as you can see, which is not as attractive. His skin is pretty good, and I'll include some other things like his dimorphism, his height, his voice, and his status, which wouldn't be included in the score naturally. But I do want to include that afterwards at the end, because maybe surprised by his score, honestly. So moving on, his highest scores are his intercanthal nasal width ratio for a 10 out of 10. Cheekbone height, he has nice high set cheekbones. You can see they're only right under his eye. That's really good. His eyebrow tilt is also positively tilted. Pretty ideal, not too positively tilted. He doesn't look too angry. Unfortunately, the eyebrow low settedness is not very low set. He has medium to high set eyebrows. And I think we'll be able to see that. Yeah, 7.4. I would say they're medium set, so they're not very low. His ear protrusion angle, which is basically how far his ears protrude from his face. He doesn't need like an autoplasty, which is what brings the ears back at all, but it's still only a 7.47 out of 10. His symmetry is not the best, especially with these little nose piercings and things. It just doesn't look good. If you have a nose piercing, take that out. It's disgusting. It's ridiculous. Does not look good at all. I promise you. Moving on. His bigonial width is an 8.52 out of 10. Pretty good overall. Tupac has some great scores for his front profile. Unfortunately, that lowest score being a 0.15 out of 10 really brings his overall score down. With this facial width to height ratio. By the way, guys, if you want to try the app for yourself, I have 20% off the code LookLogix. I'll put a comment and I'll put a link in the comment section in the description if you want to check it out. Okay, let's move on to his side ratios. So for Tupac's side ratios, you can see his oh my god. What are we looking at here? I mean, this is like bone. I mean, it's rough. Unfortunately, Tupac's side profile is quite disgusting. Damn. I mean, this is hard to look at, honestly. At least we got a good picture to rate it with. Yeah, his head, this weird little alien shaped whatever's going on here, that's probably the worst part. I mean, you could put this into an AI image editor and bring it back and you see how it would already look much better. The biggest thing that I see though is his recession on his lower jaw here, maxilla. We'll go over these. His gonian to mouth line is a 0.23 out of 10. That's from his recession. It's so angled down, and then his ramus is not very straight. He's not really holding his chin up either, so this is truly just a not even face. His brow ridge inclination angle, 0.87 out of 10, pretty low. Ramus to mandible ratio, 1.4. I don't want to go through too many boring ones, but you can see the rest is actually 10 out of 10, so it's pretty good. His recession relative to Frankfurt plane, 5.49 out of 10. Yeah, these are pretty rough. Ramus to mandible, again, is just like, it just doesn't. I honestly feel depleted looking at this face. It's hard. Like, I'm going to have to look at some high tier side profiles after this. After recording this video, I just feel like my words feel like they want to stumble and just lay down and kind of just clear, like, do a cleaning after seeing this side profile. It's really bad. Anyways, let's see what his total scoring is for his harmony from 0 to 10. Tupac gets a 3.71 out of 10. It's a below average harmony, top, bottom 14%, about 1 and 7.25 people. Now, I know that a couple minutes ago, or a minute ago, I did leak the score right down here, but don't worry about that. This is his overall score, his harmony analysis. You can see the visual rating. His side gets a 4.68 out of 10, and then this front gets a 3.22. Now, this isn't too accurate. I would say his front gets like a 5 max. I just see that some of the scoring, I did do this a couple times, but it looks like we were having some trouble with the AI analysis, adding the measurements together. I did just reanalyze it multiple times, and you can see the pinpoints here. Overall, I mean, this is the most accurate that I could get. I would give him another point. He's at least a 4, probably a 4.5, 4 point, around that. His front profile does look pretty good, though. He doesn't look like a major below average person. He looks about a 5, just an average looking face. There's also the Your Plan and Potential, so we'll actually view that really quickly, and I'll use these credits so we can all see. So your action plan, we will do this, boom, boom, both of these, and then make sure you read through these ones. I've done it for all the faces, so I can just click through these. Definitely want to pay attention. Okay, wow, his target is a 7.9. That's actually really, really good. His current 3.7. So you can see the procedure cost. This is including surgeries and all kinds of things. So the bimaxillary osteotomy. Okay. This would bring him up to 5, this boost, but it would actually bring him up much more because he's already closer to 5, 2 to 4 week recovery. So you have surgical, you have minimally invasive, different things. So you really need to pay attention and fully max out your natural potential before doing any of these. But this is a pretty good analysis. Now, I should say how attractive was Tupac, respectfully. I did want to correct that. But these are the different things that he could have done. And yeah, rhinoplasty, brow bone reduction, FFS, the hairstyling experimentation. So yeah, he needs a hair transplant first. That's a problem with this app so far. Overall, it's really good, and you can see from my channel how many faces I've reviewed, and I'm pretty confident in it. I wouldn't be recommending it if I wasn't. I do think this is quite a useful tool. I use it myself for my own personal uses and benefit. I do highly suggest it, and it's continuing to be improved. It's still in the beta phase, as you can see, beta.faceiqlabs.com. Once again, if you guys want to use it for yourself, it is 20% off for the code LookLogix, our referral code. I'll put a link in the description and the pinned comment. Would really appreciate it if you guys use that, and it will really help you guys out as well off any of the monthly plans. Thank you all for watching, and if you want me to rate anyone else's face, just leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll make sure to check it out.